Overwatch 2 once more has raised eyebrows. It's raised eyebrows. Now, to make you feel the friction that Blizzard are going to monetize, we've got to cover the breaking story, the thing that has just leaked, and that is via a few people, including Espresso Depresso over on Reddit. It is the new Fox hero, Kiriko. So, Blizzard, of course, as has been wonderfully put here, they lean very heavily into Western pop culture archetypes of a certain region of the world. So yes, we look at Japan, and what do we get? We get a Fox girl. That is what Blizzard has done, and undoubtedly this is tapping into the same core fundamental appeal that has led to Overwatch 2's humongous success with fundamentally likable, appealing characters, because when they do something, they do it. When they do an edgy trenchcoat boy, they don't pull their punch. He truly is, Reaper, an edgy trenchcoat boy.
And they also have the most white bread character in the universe with Soldier 76, so that's perfectly fine too.
Absolutely.
Even that's like a pretty smart design choice on their end. So it's about time they went, okay, well, what's League of Legends got? Ahri? Well, we'll maybe not go for the sultry version of that sort of myth, because there's a little bit of like the Korean stuff in there as well. But yeah, okay, let's just go for kids now. Here's a... I think people are calling her a support, I think. I don't know if that's based on anything or whatever, but here's your little Fox weebs, come back. We know Genji's not enough anymore, come back, please. Please, please.
Now, if you want to be a day one weeb, if you want to have access to the latest hotness, then that is something that's going to be rather monetized. Yes, that is the drama of today, in a game where new updates used to mean new hero day one. Now, a new update will not mean that. And that's why you should update yourself with today's sponsor. Brilliant. Do you want to get a lying android to tell the truth? Do you want to understand the likes of the Joker? Well, their logic course is just awesome. So Brilliant, they're the best way to improve your prospects and to develop yourself, especially in those lucrative STEM fields. It's all via their fantastic site and app, and the first 200 to click my link will get 20% off. Now, they teach via interactive quizzes with fun and curiosity-inspiring problems, like, say, all of our evil corp robots. And it's all in a way that's learned by doing, where making mistakes is okay. They do a simply incredible job of breaking down difficult subjects, helping you grow your mind. So why not learn logic by sorting a bunch of potentially evil robots? It's actually fun, and that's what I really love, because with their approach, you're not just sitting there sponging in facts like we all did at a uni lecture. No, you're having topics click. So if you're thinking about your career or just some self-development, they're the best way to get started in those real cool, high-paying fields like AI and computer science. So, I love what they do. Whether you want to learn yourself or spark a younger mind's journey, visit brilliant.org/Bellular News today, and the first 200 click my link will get 20% off their annual subscription. Welcome back. Thanks for supporting the show. Okay, right, so Overwatch 2 is moving to a free-to-play model, as we all know, and this is something that in a previously a la carte insofar as the gameplay elements go, sort of experience, that can feel really bad. It can even feel bad when it's purely cosmetics, as shown by Halo Infinite, a game where, of course, we used to be like RB and the Chief, trying to get our recon armor via in-game gameplay, and now, obviously, where that cool thing to do is on the store, thus depriving the core gameplay experience of something that was pretty satisfying to achieve by oneself. Now, in addition to invoking this problem, Overwatch 2's free-to-play model now is going to include heroes on the Battle Pass. Now, they will be accessible for free. However, in addition, as a Season 1 Premium Battle Pass owner, you will automatically receive access to Overwatch's latest hero, Kiriko. So, buy the Battle Pass, get the hero instantly. But there is an issue with this. You might think about Apex Legends, free game, buy the heroes. Same for League. But unlike those games, Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1 are fundamentally designed around counterpicks. And not just the idea of a pick ban and lol before your match starts, but no, the idea that, oh shit, in this next round, the enemy team has chosen a different comp. We are now going to change our comp to counter that.
Yeah.
And that is a problem if you don't have access to all of the heroes. And imagine, because they are releasing quite a few heroes a year, As you come to this game, you have four or five heroes, you don't have them. And you will be able to access them for free via doing something. But what if you can just instantly get access? We don't know that, but these are the sorts of problems that Blizzard are opening themselves up to.
Of course, that's exactly the entire motto, right? It's like you say, friction. It's, hey, we will make this annoying for you, just annoying enough that you're willing to give us £4, £5, maybe a tenner, something along those lines, to get access immediately, to be part of the big FOMO hype wave of the new thing. And that's just a couple different comparisons. Obviously, the game design one, right? Where you look at like bans in League of Legends and the free champion rotation, you go, okay, well, there are mitigating factors to the fact that you could release a new busted champion or a new, even just really fun one. It doesn't necessarily need to be good, although in ranked games, good is obviously important and stuff. But like, those are mitigated. And they're kind of mitigated a little bit in Apex by design because like the meta is so strong with like the original characters. So it's a little bit mitigated. But it's also mitigated from a you unlock them experience, because in those games you can farm out all the currency you want all day long, and then later on you can kind of go, okay, well, I have the currency to buy this day one. In Overwatch, maybe the premium currency will work that way if you want to, like, but then that's premium, you have to buy it, right?
Yeah.
For the actual free to play experience, it's not everyone's on the like same playing ground day one. You could, in those games, you could spend your time to join because it is a class divide, right, effectively, between payers and players. And that's like, if you're just a player, then you can get to the same level as the class of payer in League of Legends and Apex in Valorant by making sure you have the ability to unlock those day one. But in Overwatch, because it's coming with the Battle Pass, and the hero is going to be a little bit down the Battle Pass track, we have no idea. That could be like play for 2 hours, that could be play for 20 hours, or 100 hours. We have no idea what that actually is. We know they're going for like a 9-week cycle. Ideally, I don't think it'll happen, but we'll see. Well, they said they'll try, so we'll see how that goes. But that's the idea of now it's like it's a race now. Now you have to pay money if you want to be on the like at the class of the pair day one. You have to actually join that class and buy the premium battle pass or buy the hero outright. I'm sure you'll be allowed to do that as well. Probably with like a skin bundle, because I know they've mentioned like the skins, and they're clearly importantly focused on like skin pricing. And that's just a case of there's now the class divide that already existed in free-to-play games. Blizzard are taking it one step further and going, no, we're going to enforce this class divide through our battle pass. And that's exactly what it's going to feel like for people trying to play. And it's just, I mean, there are other issues we'll get into, but like it is just, it doesn't work for the game design, theoretically, and I guess like obviously it doesn't work for the game design. This is the sort of thing
that just makes me think, I don't think this is what Jeff would have really allowed to happen.
No, that's exactly the thing.
Like,
where,
not to deify the man.
Oh yeah.
But we had been told that he did act as somewhat of a bulwark.
Yeah, this is obviously like, why would you put the hero on a battle pass? For engagement, right? There's like basically 3 reasons: to get them to pay for the hero immediately, to get them to pay for battle pass skips to get the hero faster. Those are kind of the same, but it's just pay, or to grind like crazy. And we know that time on brand, time in app, that's what they call it, time in app or whatever else, that directly turns into more money because you spend more time engaged, and you're like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I did play 2,000 hours of Overwatch. I guess I'm perfectly happy to give them this like $40 skin or whatever else, because it's like, well, how many games would I have bought for that it would have given me 2,000? Have been, this is cheap. I'm getting a good deal. That's like the feeling they make you get by kind of, oh well, you're invested in this by engagement. But they're not doing it in the way that people used to like engaging games, which is, oh yeah, this is fun. I'm going to play this because it's fun. Now it's hooking all these little extrinsic motivators in of, oh, if you play 40 hours, you'll get the hero, and then play another 40 hours, you'll get the cosmetic, as opposed to the old school ways. But it's all these things coming together now, and like fighting against the game design specifically in all the hero switching mechanics. You're going, oh no, you've just, for a brief period of time, you just made Overwatch pay to win. Theoretically, of course. But that's kind of what they've done. And that's Blizzard, right?
Yeah, no, that's it. It feels bad. Now, it did prompt some response, right, where John Spector, who is like the commercial lead for Overwatch, said that the Overwatch 2 heroes will be available in the free Battle Pass. Did say there will be free paths to get new heroes in future seasons, because the big question then is, all right, but seasons last 9 weeks. What happens when there's a new Battle Pass and the hero's not on, the hero's gone? There will be something. We don't know what that is. We don't know how much friction there will be in it or how monetized that friction will be. So the player base are rightly concerned given the core game design of Overwatch 2. And of course, game comes out in under a month.
They haven't told us anything.
Yeah, it's not good to not know. Now, we can take a look at the Call of Duty franchise because these are both Activision Blizzard games, right? And Activision and Blizzard are a wee bit closer than they would have been in the past.
Sure.
Both games running in Battle.net, all the telemetry, the analytics, all the experience. I mean, COD Blops 4 was an utter hellscape nightmare. Obviously, it went so far that it got some whales but didn't convert well enough because they changed tact with the future games. So they know what works, they know what doesn't work. And I remember a particularly exploitative feeling situation with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, or COD Blops Cow, where the Akimbo, and if you played the game, you might remember too, the Akimbo Diamatis were utterly OP, right? But it was Akimbo with a few other attachments, and you had to get that gun to like rank 40, like high rank. A lot of grind. Or you could buy the anime skin. Because the anime skin, it did unlock the visual skin for the gun, but it also came with attachments. The attachments that were oh so overpowered. They made so much goddamn money out of that. And it's a bit awkward, because what happens if the new hero's really powerful? I mean, Junker Queen is a new hero.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the Overwatch League, she's super powerful, right? Now, in Call of Duty, as an example for Vanguard and Warzone, recently, right, power weapons, level 15, level 31 of the 100 level battle pass, right? But you might, and obviously not a one-to-one comparison, but they obviously are both forms of playstyle and player power. So how do you unlock these things in Call of Duty after the battle pass? Well, the answer is challenges. And those challenges used to be more complex. So as an example, for the Cooper carbine and the Gorenko anti-tank rifle, one of them was using assault rifles, get 5 or more headshots in 15 completed matches. Using sniper rifles, get 10 single-shot eliminations in 15 different matches. But then by Season 5, they simplified the challenges, such as, 15 bullet penetration kills, 15 hipfire kills. Piss easy, get that in 2 matches. So they actually made them easier. Clearly, they tried to go a wee bit too hard, then they took it back. Of course, if you played Battlefield 1, new patch would come out, you get a, big hype new DLC, some maps, there'd be some new guns, and to unlock the new gun, it would just be like, shoot 5 bullets into the sunrise through 3 men on Thursday, only in the morning time, and then you'll get your gun. It was like a little bit silly. So, basically, we can expect there to be some gameplay-oriented way of earning these heroes after the battle pass. But the question then is, as you so rightly put, will it be a situation of, here are many hoops to jump through, or the in-game store?
Yeah, it's the principle of the path of least resistance.
Yeah, because he said there'll be a free way. He didn't say there won't be a paid way. And I think what's very bloody interesting to me, in Diablo 4, there are I think it's like XP boosts or whatever, that are in the Battle Pass.
Yeah.
But they're on the free track. And players thought, yeah, but you could buy loads of tier skips and unlock those boosts early. No. In D4, Blizzard specifically have made it so that, yeah, you can buy tier boosts that will technically have you unlocking those boosts, but you won't be able to use the boost until you've reached that level of the Battle Pass via gameplay, essentially.
Yeah, they've put that little, well, we can't have our game being pay to win block there. They've intentionally went through that, even to the point where they've overcomplicated their game in a little bit of a way. It feels like they've had to quickly erect a wall to go, oh shit, we just put, this could be conceived as pay to win. We need to stop that. We need to kill that right away. And not just for the conception for viewers, but for the audience, but actually for the experience, because they seem to have a tight enough leash on that. Whereas here it seems like, no, it's just full on path of least resistance. You wanna get the thing that could be strong, might just be fun, might just be new and novel. Pay for it right away. Otherwise, you're gonna have to jump through a load of hoops, which could be time, because people are limited on time. So if you put pressure on time for people, that opens up their wallet more. It can't just make them go play another game, of course, which is the danger. But you put pressure on people's time, they're more likely to respond with money, because isn't that what we do today? Like, don't have time to make dinner. I guess I'll DoorDash or Deliveroo, Just Eat or something. Oh, I don't have time to walk there. I guess I'll get a taxi. That kind of thing is like,
Yeah, time
it's
is money.
Yeah, it's such a fundamental thing. Time is money, and they know to like press on each one individually to get the other to come out in this real kind of creepy way. And that's like the whole path of least resistance. They design which one will you be, I guess, subconsciously or unconsciously driven towards because of your human nature, because of the experience of like how they've set it up. If you're going to go one way or the other way, which way will get the most money from you and or the most engagement, because they don't mind if you don't pay, if you play for 80 hours, because now you're 80 hours deep and you're more likely to pay later on.
Yeah,
that's the magic of it. I hate calling it magic because it's like, it's the left hand path. It's dark magic, but it is magic all the same.
Absolutely. And the thing then is, like, again, as I said, say new champ, really powerful. Oh dear. Yep. We now have an issue, because will you unlock this for free? Because in 5 hours of gameplay or 6 hours, because you know what, I could take that.
Hell yeah.
That's fine.
No problems.
But what if it's deep enough in the battle pass that it maybe requires 30 hours of gameplay, or maybe it requires a few weeks of doing weekly challenges or something? Like, who knows? Yeah. We don't have the full info yet. And these are the sorts of things that people are a bit worried about. Because if you're finding issues in the game, or you just think the new character looks really cool, you like their voice acting and all that, you really resonate with them, it's obviously going to be a thing of, well, I either get into the mines and earn this, or I just hit the money button to get it now. And the thing, obviously, for Blizzard here, is that if you're consistently making these purchases, they make so much more money. So much more money, because they sold Overwatch once, and yes, people would whale the loot boxes. People would totally whale the loot boxes. But that's pretty different to getting access to the new champ quick. I mean, how many people say to play the new, well, not anymore, but to play the new Battlefield game 4 or 5 days early, buy the Digital Deluxe Premium Super Hyper Edition?
Yeah.
A lot of people. So this stuff works. And overall, that is the situation, right? I mean, even Battle Pass skips. Like, what if it's the situation where this is just a promo they're doing now, but in the future, it's just, oh yeah, level 50 of the pass, 50 out of 100, buy 50 skips, get the hero right now. That would probably be ludicrously expensive, as Battle Pass skips are often priced. But again, this is stuff that people are worried about, and it's especially worrying with Overwatch because it is entirely a counter-pick-based game. I don't know, in the same way that in Counter-Strike, people will decide, or Valorant, they'll decide to, purchase different weapons at the start of a new round, depending on maybe what the strategy is or what the other team's going to do. Overwatch is a counter-pick game. That's a very fundamental design decision. So it's some rough stuff. People are, I think, broadly worried about it, and they're right to be. Blizzard has got to get this right. If they get this wrong, it will be so sad, because look, we cannot let emotion get in the way of like how we perceive our memories, which is obviously very hard to do.
Well, it's nigh impossible for most humans.
Like, I still have extremely fond memories of Overwatch.
Same, that's one of the
characters are fun. Gameplay was fucking incredible. Ran buttery smooth like a dream. Looked beautiful. I had so much fun with Overwatch.
Yeah, it's like the only shooter I've ever like actually played. I'm not gonna say played competitively, but I played the ranked mode. I actually was like, oh yeah, well I can see like the realms of self-improvement in this MOBA-esque kind of gameplay. This is really fun. And then it just kind of like, oh well, they didn't update it. They didn't make it any better, so. And then you just kind of fall off, and then you're like, bad times. It just sort of made the game less.
Yeah.
Just didn't do what they should have done and keep the game alive.
So it's like straight up. Honestly, as gamers, me and Matt both want Overwatch 2. Like, we both want Overwatch 2 to be a big success and be a really good game that brings joy and happiness and helps people form friendships. We want the same thing for Dragonflight. We want the same thing for Diablo 4.
For because any game, really.
When you...
I even wanted Saints Row to be good.
You did! Because when you look at a movie like Nightcrawler, he ain't the good guy.
No,
right?
No, he's not.
We always have to have in, firm focus that the entire point of this is to advocate for good things and celebrate good things and shine lights in places where they should be shone. Yeah. So we want this game to be great. And the notion that every 9 weeks it's either a new map or a new hero or a new PvE thing to do, like...
I don't believe that till I see it, for sure.
Okay, true. But if we are to say that they execute their plan as they have described it to us, that would be a great game experience. I mean, especially for that game that was able to stay so alive based on scraps. Now they don't have to do that. There won't be scraps. There is so much potential here. They just have to get this bit right. Yeah. People are rightfully concerned. And as things show us time and time and time again, we can actually make change. Yeah. Making videos like this, people posting, sharing their thoughts on Reddit, talking to each other, submitting feedback to developers time and time and time again, we actually do see frustrating, greedy bullshit. I mean, we have many L's, that's true. But we also do have wins that we can celebrate. Yeah. And often it's probably worth realizing that many people on the development teams for these games, internally, I mean, I'm AAA developer, there's a few of them that we both know who are fairly frustrated at the way that some of their own companies' games are monetized. Yeah. No doubt it's like that at Blizzard. No doubt it's like that in the Overwatch 2 team. Do you think a hero designer wants their hero to be behind a battle pass? Or do you think a hero designer would rather that their work goes into the game and everyone gets to play it?
Everyone plays the day one.
I mean, a hero designer might, of course, understand the economics. Duh. Yeah. But if possible, they would like more people to enjoy their work. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that because obviously we've talked a lot about kind of the class of player versus payer and the monetization and like the greed behind this. But here's the part that, from the angle of wanting these games to be good, this is where I'm like, I really, really, I guess empathize with developers because, and I'm sure a lot of them know these principles because I mean, if I can look them up and find them out in like a day of research, I mean, I'm sure people in game design know them. But the whole thing about extrinsic versus intrinsic rewards, right, is that if you put a battle pass in your game, and you see this with Halo, we saw this happen with Halo. If you have shit challenges and you have a battle pass that no one really respects, people will go to like play the game for the battle pass, and then the fun will be gone.
Yeah,
because that's how the human brain literally works with behavioral psychology. Between self-determination theory and the couple studies specifically on extrinsic versus intrinsic motivation, if you're doing something for fun and then get a reward for it, some subconscious layer of your brain goes, you must have done that for the reward, because that's the tangible part that the brain understands, or like that part of the brain tangibly understands the reward. It doesn't really understand the fun part, so it ignores it, and it's like calculations of what you're going to do next. That's basically the basis of self-determination theory. But that's this whole thing of, if you have the battle pass in Overwatch, and the first thing you do when a new update comes in, you go, oh shit, I need to grind out Kiriko. And be that through some challenges, be that through, playing the game and generally having a little bit of fun. As soon as you unlock Kiriko, and people, you will have felt this if you play games with battle passes, you'll even felt it with RPGs where you have a goal and you accomplish a goal, you're like, dude, what now? What's next?
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
What it would feel like when it's goddamn patch day.
Yeah.
It's patch day, you're like, it's patch day, I'm gonna go play Warlow. And there's loads of time gating. Or, a feature just seems like arbitrarily, that unlocks in week 3. And now, there's obviously times where it's not time gating, it's just pacing.
Yeah.
But it's fundamentally that thing of, you do have reasons for it. You've just self-sabotaged the core of your game.
Yeah,
that's Halo Infinite.
That's exactly what I'm afraid they're doing with this. Yeah. In this way, that's like really subtle, but like it's hard to, without thinking about the behavioral psychology of players in this level, if you're looking at data, you kind of will go, wait, what? Wait, what's happening? Oh, well, okay, well, people see a substantial amount of drop-off in time from the data perspective, and this is me making assumptions. You see a massive amount of drop-off of player engagement after they all hit Battle Pass level X where they get Kiriko. How do we solve that problem? Well, we need to put more heroes on the Battle Pass, because that's clearly the point they stopped. Or like, no, what you've just done is you've completely changed their mode of thought and how they experience your game. They're going to play your game for the reward, not for the fun of it. And that's not going to be a thing they're doing intentionally. That's going to be a thing that your systems are training them to do. And I'm sure developers in there know that. I'm sure they know that. I mean, if they've hired a bunch of psychologists to figure out how people play games and they aren't aware of this, then those psychologists need fired, to be honest with you. Unless their goal is purely to make money. But I mean, getting behavioral psychology right so people play games for longer is that's what you would want to do if you're a game dev, right? You'd want to hire those people. And that's the thing, they're just shooting themselves in the foot by doing this. Some of this is theoretical and it's a small part of the overall picture, but it's still there where battle passes, I think they drive up engagement, but no one likes them. People play for them, people play and get them, but it doesn't make them any happier. It doesn't make their experience any better. And I think a better experience for people playing is going to lead to the better long term. And if you're making Overwatch 2, you don't want to short term this shit. You do not want to rob Peter to pay Paul. You want to absolutely set up. You want to plant seeds that this shit will grow forever, because that's how actual live service games work. That's how League of Legends works. It is almost never taking the shortcut.
Yeah.
Same with Apex. Apex did not take a shortcut. Almost, and any time they did try to take a shortcut, players went, "We fucking see what you're doing," and they went, "Shit, you're right. Sorry about that." And now Apex is bigger than ever.
The tube of Pringles can't be infinite.
Yeah.
Right? You got to think of Pringles this size.
Yeah.
In a bar, maybe.
Mm.
And that little tub of Pringles will be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
You eat an entire tub of Pringles this size.
You don't feel good about it?
You don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
And these battle passes and the infinite engagement, they are just, you know, Homer chomping the burgers in space or whatever? It is just Homer chomping and chomping and chomping down the infinite Pringle tube. And it's turning everyone into Swiss cheese and removing our intrinsic motivation to play and love video games.
Yep.
You know?
And
it's tricky because, look, they have to. Everyone's using the dark arts. Yep. So everyone else has got to use the dark arts, because they don't use the dark arts, they're screwed.
Yeah, in a world where everyone's on the left-hand path, it's hard to be on the right-hand path because it takes longer to set up your rituals. Brutal.
There we go. Yes, so I suppose that's it. We just worked out that it's all demon magic, and I suppose in that shocking bombshell, that's it for today's video. Let's hope that they were able to turn things around and that stuff is good for Overwatch 2 for the sake of the people who could find a lot of joy and a lot of love in that game, and the developers who put many years of hard work. Right? The world is a better place. Overwatch 2 is a good game. No bullshit happens. So let's remember that and hold them to that ideal. Have a good day. Thanks to Brilliant for supporting today's video. They are truly awesome. The link's down below. That said, catch you next time.